Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Aleph Zero, aka AZERO. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So recently I did make some videos on AZERO, and that was around $1. We're currently trading at about $1.41. We ran up to about $1.60 or so. This market is pulling back. I'm waiting to see Bitcoin do a 180 turnaround event where we do test the low 20K region. I do think that we will most likely test around like 22.6K or so at this current moment. I'm waiting closely to see what happens with that. But that's where I'm really kind of looking to see where A0 kind of drops down to, which I'm guessing that we could possibly test this like $1 range yet again. In fact, I'm actually hoping that we do, simply because I want to accumulate a lot more at around an average price of $1, which is currently my average, I believe, now. I was kind of ignoring A0 during this time, which was a huge mistake, and I will 100% admit that. I do think going forward, A0 is going to make quite a bit of noise within this space. I mean, even right now at this $106.5 million market cap, like this thing is worth buying, because the upside potential on this token itself is pretty substantial. And when we look at where it is ranked on CoinMarketCap at number 2,863, this thing is absolutely insanely undervalued. So let's talk more so about this project. Like I said, I did a deep dive in on that. If you want to dive in on that video, you guys are more than welcome to go check out my A0 playlist that I have on my channel homepage. I do a deep dive on Aleph Zero, and I just recently did an update as well. But it has been making its rounds, and it has been making some noise even on Twitter. I just recently, like I said, started talking about A0, and there was quite a bit of noise around A0 even then on Twitter, but I think that it has been ramping up a little bit with the price action, and we did see the chain media also announcing more so around like A0, making some noise around A0, which you love to see the chain media really kind of get in on this, because they have been a great driver of success and growth socially for some of these projects. And we do see A0 is building a multi-chain world, including Aleph BFT, cloud, private smart contracts, common liminal substrate integration, and even Oracle. And yes, they have been building out some pretty solid things. We have been paying attention to some of the use cases on their website, for example. A lot of these are like your bare minimum use cases that we would see on some of the other projects, but then there's also ones that look pretty good, like for example, automatic tax payments. We do see up here, they're talking more so about like notary signatory. Asset digitization was one where we are seeing actually them talking about real estate, loans, holding stocks and bonds, stuff like that around like digitization, which these are like trillion-dollar markets that we're talking about being sort of disrupted. And we do see down here like, decentralized platforms like Aleph Zero can make asset exchange and transaction validation much more efficient. It brings security and speed to the process, but at the same time, its smart contracts can be used in the form of a code as law. Therefore, as a lot of paperwork can be completely automated, simplifying the transactions to just you give me the money, I give you the asset, with a guarantee that everything runs as it should and there's no possibility for manipulation. And yeah, I do think that when we look at like digitization itself, it has been making its rounds as like a major opportunity within the space. So I think that that's a great area for them to focus on, but there's so much more here as well, which we've talked about in the deep dive, and I'm very excited for use cases around these specific areas, more so like actual projects focusing on these use cases to go live on the mainnet. Remember, I just recently talked about the testnet. There was over like, I think it was like 600 or so projects. In fact, I think that we could actually see it. They just recently posted that, I'm pretty sure. So but there's 600 smart contracts debuted on the Aleph Zero testnet since June 22nd. So I'm very excited to see those go live on the mainnet. Remember, that's when like a lot of noise will be officially made from the Aleph Zero community, but also just in general. And when we actually look at the testnet, you could actually see everything within this. They're very transparent on it. They break down the entire testnet itself, like why does Aleph Zero need a testnet? For me personally, I think that every single network should have a testnet. And this kind of gives me like Zilliqa vibes. I know that that might not sound great because like Zilliqa's price action has just not been the best over time, but their testnet itself was like crucial for a lot of their projects to go live. And I do think that like testnets in this space are kind of overlooked. I think that they are key for not only fundamental success, but it also allows for like these projects that do go live on the mainnet to be basically bug free, because they do increase the idea of like a bug bounty, incentivizing individuals to find those bugs, report them, and developers to fully fix them. So again, that's a great area, but also you do see like early access, validated rewards, and even more to come. And you can join the waitlist if you guys do want to. To me personally, I think that this is great. And when we look at like when the mainnet will fully launch with those use cases, we don't really have an ETA on that. We basically just have to be patient. But I'm very excited for those use cases to go live, because like I said, they are key for the success. And also with the testnet itself, if you go over here to the Explore tab and look at this, you could see a lot of these like recent blocks. You can actually look at these in depth as well, and you do see like the recent events in regards to like the actual testnet itself. There's quite a bit of movement here. I mean, it is substantial with its own, for an example, like testnet processes, because again, like comparing this to most of the testnets that I've seen, there's actually a lot of testing going on here, as you guys do see from some of like the dApps that are building out on the testnet itself. Now, also we do see over here from Aleph Zero, they are running these challenges as well, which I think are great. We do see like sustainability challenge. Blockchains that are based on proof of work protocols are highly inefficient at scale. Mining requires high computing power, which contributes to a high energy consumption needed to run the network. Aleph Zero is mining free. We do see, privacy challenge. Aleph Zero privacy framework is built using ZK snarks and MPCs. Security challenges yet again, or I think that, did I say, or privacy challenge, sorry. And then we do see security challenge. Aleph Zero provides both practical and maximum theoretical security guarantees with ABFT, very similar to Hedera, if you will, with ABFT. And then we also do see like scalability challenges. Aleph Zero is both secure and fast when operating on a large scale. But yeah, basically everything that is holding back adoption around a lot of these networks, they have basically hit every single nail on the head, similar to Hedera, like I said. But I'm very excited for those, again, testnet use cases to go fully live. What I'm very excited for, though, is also the Metaverse to go live on Aleph Zero. And we've talked about the Darkverse, but we got this little sneak peek here. It's only 3 seconds long, but look at this. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. It's just a quick little lighting here. But I'm very excited for this. And I do think that everybody else should be excited for this as well. We don't exactly have an ETA on this either, but we definitely have been looking into this. We actually broke this down in the deep dive as well, talking about why like these Metaverse projects are actually pretty cool, and they also allow for a lot more growth around the network itself from the retail sector. And even if we go over to the CoinMarketCap area and go to the Metaverse project, so let's actually go to the Metaverse itself. So 1 second. So here we have it. Top Metaverse tokens by market capitalization is $15.3 billion in market cap, and these are just like from some of the top Metaverse tokens themselves. You do see like ApeCoin. Mana was one of the biggest plays that we really kind of looked at during like the 2020-2021 timeframe. And it has morphed into a massive giant at around like $5 or so. Since then, we've been looking at other tokens around the Metaverse, really kind of looking at like the next big thing. I did mention Zilliqa. Zilliqa is building out some pretty cool things within the Metaverse. I do think that that is also a very early and overlooked gem. But the reason why I bring this up is when we look at like where these are positioned, like number 36 for Mana, which is just like a Metaverse project itself. It's not that substantial at like a $2 billion market cap. Like that's just laughable to me. To me, I think that like the Metaverse is extremely early. So to have it, at this current moment in time, positioned at number 36, is just mind-blowing to me, especially even ApeCoin at number 34. But again, like I said, speculation, within it. A lot of these Metaverse tokens have done very well for themselves, which is why I say like focus on this project, because I think that having something like this behind Aleph Zero is going to be substantial, and the graphics do look pretty cool. It looks very, enticing to me. Very interested in where this does, go to, and like I said, this is like the best way to hype things up, like having something like this that's so like, mysterious, because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with this, but it definitely looks very cool. And last but not least, let's actually talk about a few things. So In my breakdown video, I did talk to you guys about where we could possibly see Aleph Zero. This is just at number 50, by the way. This would be about $17.40, an upside of about 12x at EOS's market cap. I think that this is bare minimum. Like I said, I think that this is fairly conservative. When we look at like the market cap potential on a lot of these tokens, I more so look around like the $25 billion to $50 billion mark. This would put this at, by the way, if this is just like $25 billion in market cap, you're looking at a 233x opportunity, about $331 per AZERO. Now, I do know that this seems, unlogical right now, but I want you guys to understand that I know that when we look at 25 billion, it seems like a lot because it would put it above XRP at number 5 on the list, but that's at the current price action within this market. $25 billion at the height of a bull run is basically nothing. And I share with you the fact that if we do see something where we do hit like $50 billion in market cap, like the upside on this token is substantial. And I think that this is a very early on gem. Remember, a lot of like the major networks within the space have hit 75 billion to like almost 100 billion. I'm not saying that AZERO will be, worth $1,000 at some point in time. I'm just saying like $75 billion compared to Dogecoin at like $94 billion. All it really does take is speculation and like really hyping the substance around something like AZERO to see price action like this. Also, remember, AZERO isn't listed on like major exchanges. So, the listing opportunities are substantial there as well. But first off, I think that we do need to start with like some bare minimum pricing, like around like $10 billion in market cap would be the start, which would be about a 93x opportunity. I'm really kind of looking at like the top 50 here, really kind of just looking at even Decentraland. Like Decentraland's market cap would put us on the board at about $25.34 per AZERO, an 18x opportunity. I think that this is a great start, and then from there we do really kind of eye the $10 billion mark, $20 billion mark, $50 billion mark, etc. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. Sorry, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night. Wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.